The time has come, ladies and gentlemen. Detective Pikachu. As you know, for the past while, I've been praising the crap out of this movie when it was being marketed. I mean, how could I? This looks like the video game movie we all deserved. Granted, there are some video game movies that I unironically enjoy, but that just makes me in the minority. So, how was it? It was pretty good, I liked it. Yeah, granted, it's not the masterpiece we all wanted, but hey, it's a great first step, you know? It's one small step for game, one giant leap for gamekind. So I want to start by just saying the things that hold this movie back. 1. The pacing is absolutely terrible for the first act. I hope you know your Pokemon, like I do, because if you don't, then this is going to be painful. It not only has to introduce you to the characters and their arcs, but it has to go over the entire world of Pokemon, how that world works, and it goes by way too fast. The movie really needs to kind of ease you into this, because it's pretty overwhelming. I argue even for a fan, because some of the original stuff just goes by too fast. Because keep in mind, this isn't even the Pokemon we're used to, because this movie is based off a 3DS spin-off game that I think no one ever played. So as such, we're being introduced to something new one way or another. Additionally, I don't think the movie really builds much on its premise. Like, don't get me wrong, a lot's there. Talking Pikachu, guy can understand him, they go on a mystery-solving adventure. And there are very similar plot beats, like the involvement of Mewtwo and even Apom causing trouble at the start. However, it's missing a very vocal component from the game that even the movie acknowledges, that being the process of collecting alibis. Because in the Pokemon world, humans can understand other humans and Pokemon can understand them, but humans can't understand Pokemon. After all those say is like squeaks, growls, or their own name. Because in the game, you have a Pikachu that can interpret Pokemon speech to humans, he could collect information from them, while you collect information from humans, you put them together, and you have a solid case.
You can talk to humans, I can talk to Pokemon.
So it goes to show that even the movie knows that it's not really putting itself to its full potential. Because in several moments, the protagonist, Tim, does a better job of communicating with Pokemon than Pikachu is. Let's take the Mr. Mime scene. It's Tim that understands what Mr. Mime is saying and how to get him to communicate, not Pikachu. So therefore kinda limits what Pikachu can do, and that's kind of harmful to the story. Additionally, I don't want to get to spoilers, but I want to say that the ending was kinda poorly executed. I mean, the overall climax was fine, I enjoyed it, but the resolution was a bit cringy. There's many ways you could have resolved this major plot point, and I feel like the movie just sort of took the predictable, easy route. The movie itself is kinda predictable. I figured out the bad guy, lickety-split. Honestly, I think the one thing that could have made this movie better is if you made the running time longer. The movie feels very short, so that's why it wouldn't be able to live up to a lot of its potential or build on some of the more underdeveloped relationships. I can see why it's short though, or why it even decided to go with this obscure spin-off in the first place. This movie is basically an experiment, a test, a tech demo to show that Pokemon can work in a live-action environment. And as an experiment, I can talk about the good things about it. Just look at the Pokemon, they're so beautiful, and they work so well, and they blend right into the world. The cinematography is so great, so stylish, and the camera and the lighting make sure that the Pokemon blend in even better, and the casting is so great. Justice Smith and Ryan Reynolds, they have great chemistry. There's so many Easter eggs, and I can't even count them, and all the Pokemon, it makes me feel like a child. I'm so invested in every single minute because they brought this world to life, and everyone deserves so much credit. Pat yourselves on the back. Just go see this movie, guys. It's not perfect. If I had to rate it, I'd give it a solid like 6.8 to a 7. This serves as an amazing example of the potential that video game movies have, and you need to shell out your money for this, so then companies can learn that they can do this. They don't need to make a movie where you need to dumb anything down. They don't need to make a movie where you need to needlessly change everything. Director Rob Letterman didn't know a thing about Pokemon. He was not a fan, but he decided he's working on this for his kids. So he got the help from the Pokemon Company, and he went to Pokemon school. He wanted to make sure he nailed anything down for us. And we need to show the movie industry as fans that this is what we want. This is what we need. So if you're going to go out to see any movie that I recommend out of all the reviews I've ever done so far, see this out of all of them. Because this is an investment, people. Mr. Letterman, I salute you. You are hereby forgiven of your sins.